Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. All right. Good morning. It's super early. Oh, here we go. I have to think. There we go. It's the 3rd of December, of 23. It's 8:30 and it's super early and I need more coffee. But we're playing some D&D. We are in session 76 of Odyssey, the Dragonlords, titled Breaking Dawn. Wonder, sus. You know. But we have some things to get into. It's going to be interesting. We'll do a recap and then jump into it. Hopefully Katie is here.
Good morning, everybody.
Yay.
Streaming live from Detroit, Michigan. I would like to point out that in 2 days, Tuesday, December 5th, will be our 2nd year anniversary of our very first session of this game, the Sour Vintage. Whee! Time flies when you're in a campaign. So we begin the session in the wee hours of the morning of Saturday, our 76th day together, with only 21 days remaining of the Oath of Peace. And we are engaged with battle with Amazon warriors and Stim Fays. And one of the warriors hits Corbin, and he reaches down and taps his belt and activates a rune carver cloud rune, and the damage goes on to the queen. This is a new ability of his now that he has leveled up. At some point, Gravik pulls some ingredients from his pouch and casts Fireball, which he doesn't do that very often, so that was a big deal. He kills one of the warriors. Arcadia yells her Amazon battle cry, but this time you hear a layer of anguish in it that you have not heard before, and she runs forward and equips her shield. Uh-oh, stream issue? Should I stop talking?
No, you're good. I swapped
Okay.
to a different screen.
Okay, cool. So anyway, let's see. Maxina moves to the northwest and uses her snake hair. Says, "I'll show you what snake means." Because if you remember, the Amazon warriors were all saying we had a snake head, including the queen, which is strange because isn't she a snake head? But they're talking like snake heads are bad. And Maxina says, "I'll show you what snake means," and hits someone with her snake hair. Um, the Queen Thessalia unsuccessfully tries to push Corbin off of her. Remember, she is prone and grappled. And then Ileana rages, and Demetrius, who is standing next to her, crits her with his sentinel feet and uses a level 3 divine smite, which is magic. He says, "You ain't touching Corbin," because she was going to attack him because he's on top of the queen. And he aims to stab her, and a bright light shines next to her, obliterating her, but he doesn't chop her body up, having learned from Hatria. He keeps her intact for Revivify, and Demetrius is single-handedly taking out all of Arcadia's people, and he says, "Finally, she's single." Corbin drags the queen face down to the southwest and does what Demetrius said. He warns the party to avert their eyes. He doesn't look but feels her face, and he pops her helmet off and feels snake tendrils and says, "Behold." Now it is one of the Amazons' turns to fight, but Maxina takes her petrifying gaze and restrains her. And Maxina gazes as another warrior, but it doesn't seem to have any effect. But Vengeance flies around and uses her cold breath, and she takes a warrior down. Then another warrior is again restrained by Maxina. She looks like she's about to shoot Corbin and then sees the queen and cocks her head and seems confused, but ends up shooting at Corbin anyway. A Stimfey, a tiny little Stimfey, hits Nico with his talons for only 4 damage, but he loses concentration on the air elemental and thus loses control of it. Gravik moves northeast and casts the Steel Wind Strike, but unfortunately only hits once, but at least when he does, he takes down a warrior. Now, Arcadia didn't see Hatria get beheaded during the Great Games, but she did see the result of it, and she just saw Demetrius strike Ileana down with massive force with his radiant damage, and her anguished battle cry now just turns into a cry of anguish. And she saw Corbin pop the helmet off the queen, and she averts her eyes and dashes to Ileana, and she uses a healer's kit to stabilize her. And Arcadia looks up, and Demetrius looks like a child that accidentally dropped his mom's expensive tableware, like, oops. He says, "I was going to revive her." And the funny thing is, he looks quite sheepish in the form of Dread while on fire, looking rather demonic. Demetrius moves to the south of the air elemental and raises his halberd into the sky and whispers an ancient prayer of healing. And this is a new ability of his called Aura of Vitality, and he heals Corbin. Brant, meanwhile, is showing to be a mighty warrior. He hits one of the Amazons and hits her on top of the head, and she kind of smashes into the ground as her neck breaks. He deals massive damage. Corbin yells at the Amazon, "Surrender! Either you don't trust this hideous queen, or if you do, you might not ever see her again." And he drags her face down to the south and lifts her head up so they could easily see that she's a snakehead. And he says, "Behold your snakehead." And he grows to a giant size and holds her head up as he's kneeling on her with one of his giant knees. Demetrius says, "Your queen is an imposter. She is false, a snakehead." Nico, meanwhile, tells the party that he's lost control of the elemental, but tries to help Demetrius out by casting fairy fire on the elemental. Now, one of the warriors hears Corbin and sees the queen, and it looks like she's about to shoot Corbin, but she hesitates. She lowers her bow for a second and then shoots half-heartedly at Arcadia. Vengeance, meanwhile, recharges and hits and kills an Amazon warrior with her cold breath. She flies back to Corbin saying, "I did good. I did something." The air elemental kills an Amazon warrior, but then slams into Demetrius as well. And Demetrius retorts, "I didn't summon you. It was Nico." Amazon warrior hits Bronted, who says, "A little help. Don't feel so good." Another warrior looks like she was about to shoot Corbin and sees the snakehead, gets confused, and again shoots at Arcadia and says, "What kind of heresy is this?" Gravik, meanwhile, tries Steel Wind Strike again, but unfortunately misses all 3 times. Then Arcadia yells, "Sisters, this is no heresy. You have been deceived by an Amazon who is cursed for her treachery. Stand with us and restore this land to Kentamane. Fight alongside us and take back our land. Bring the prosperity back that we've missed. Don't live under fear and tyranny, plagues and murder." And she says, "You cannot blame that young man for defending us," pointing at Gravik. "We are trying to do what's right for the people. Stand with us. Remember your father. Remember our father, Kentamane." And she reaches underneath her armor and pulls out a medallion of the hand of Kentamane, which no one has ever seen before, including the party. And she says, come back to your father. Come back to our fathers. Come stand with me, not against me." Meanwhile, the warriors are still angry at Gravik and continue to shoot at him. And Demetrius heals him with this aura of vitality. Then one of the Amazons, in response to Arcadia, says, "You think that Kentamane can come back after all this time and forgive us? You must be crazier than Ileana said." And even though Arcadia thinks she might have started to get through to her, it's not fully. And then that Amazon attacks and hits Gravik. And Arcadia, Demetrius yells, "Arcadia, they aren't listening. It's time to stop shooting duds and help us kill them." Corbin, meanwhile, deals more grappling damage to the queen and drags her further. And he misses her, though, and misses quite a few times. He's not used to being large and is pounding big divots into the ground next to her, but hopefully he hopes it scares her. Arcadia thinks she's starting to get through one of the warriors, but the warrior says, "Get out of my head. You don't know what the hell you're talking about," and shoots at Gravik, taking him down. Meanwhile, another warrior instantly turns to stone from Moxina, and Corbin tries to trick people into thinking it's the queen. And he says, "See, your queen is turning your own people to stone." Another Stimfey hits Nico with a tiny amount of damage, but breaks his concentration on Fairy Fire. And another warrior says to Arcadia, "You say all this shit about Kentamane, yet you ally yourself with the centaurs and the men." And she responds, "I am allied with the people who have come with me to save Themis. They are allied with me to come save you." And they say, "Who are you but a traitor, according to Ileana? We heard that this one killed the matriarch of the tribe of the eagle." And she says, Arcadia says, "Under the spell of Lutheria, you've seen what she can do to people's minds. He did not know what he was doing. He saw her and saw a Maenad, which, by the way, is overrunning our island." And the warrior says, "Fallacy." And then Arcadia says, "I see, I'm not getting through to you right now," throws a couple of javelins of lightning and hits a couple of the warriors who might have been coming to her side, but also were the ones that dealt a massive amount of damage to Gravik. There are no innocents in war. Demetrius, though, leans over to Gravik and revives him. And Nyla Gray, by the way, gives Arcadia a potion of healing. Thank you very much. Bront looks around and takes a Stimfey down. He says, "I made you, now I will destroy you." Nico casts Conjure Animal and conjures 2 brown bears. And the air elemental moves to the west and whirlwinds Bront, throwing him to the north. Meanwhile, then another Amazon warrior hits Arcadia and takes her down, and she says, "Blood for blood." Another warrior looks like she's getting ready to shoot at Demetrius, but instantly turns to stone by Moxina. Gravik has had enough. He looks at one of the warriors and shoots a lightning bolt at her with his staff, hitting her. And then Corbett is getting desperate. And he disengages and drags the queen to the east and says, "Stop this foolishness. You can see your queen is a snakehead." And as a Stimfey hits him with his pinions, he notices 3 creatures running in this direction from the south. And another warrior is standing right next to Moxina and instantly turns to stone. We notice that Moxina has great powers and can actually use her petrifying gaze when it is not her turn. Vengeance recharges and breathes her cold breath on a couple of Stimfeys. And meanwhile, Nico's creations battle each other, the air elemental and the brown bears. Gravik casts Shatter and takes an Amazon warrior down. Arcadia gets a potion of healing from Mad Celts and Witsnicks. Thank you very much. She looks at giant Corbin, who's bleeding all over the place with stimfay feathers sticking out of him. He kind of looks like a big bird Corbin. Nico is right by him, but seems to be distracted by Pokemon. Then Arcadia also sees the three shapes running up from the south and begs her sisters to stop fighting and holds her action. But one of the warriors doesn't buy this and attacks Arcadia, who responds with her chakram. This is the first time we've seen her use that in a battle, and it comes back to her hand, and the Amazon deflects it. Meanwhile, Moxino walks next to Gravik, and he feels snakes on his back. But one of the warriors accuses Arcadia of traveling with a snake head, and so attacks her. Now, Queen Thessalia hits Corbin with her snake hair, taking him down. He reverts to his gnome size, and shaking off the grapple, she stands up and starts laughing as she stabs at Nico and hits him. But when that happens and she stands and the Amazon warriors can see her, two of them stop and look in their direction and cock their heads like, huh? And Arcadia says, behold, your queen is a snakehead. Nico sees that Corbin went down, and Corbin gives a shudder and starts bleeding very profusely out of all of his orifices. He does not look good. So Nico casts cure wounds on him, and the wounds that Corbin was about to die from close up. Then in the middle of the fight, Nico sees an arrow come from behind him, and it almost hits the queen, as well as another arrow and a javelin. And we see that Darien and the two Amazon warriors we spared at the prison have entered the fray. They are the people who are coming from the south. Gravik moves away from Moxina, and he walks towards where the queen is where everyone is gathering. He lifts his finger to cast Shatter on top of the queen, but immediately turns into stone. Arcadia sees that the Amazon warriors are looking at Darien and runs past the warriors to stabilize one of the fallen Amazon warriors, and the warriors are not attacking. And they start attacking the queen. And as Moxina sees these turns of events, she approaches the queen, and there's a little Medusa on Medusa action, but Moxina saves against the queen and is not paralyzed. She hits the queen with her short bow. Demetrius heals himself and runs to Gravik and says, "Can you hear me?" to the stone statue, and says, it's good if he's quiet for once, and lays on hands on himself. Meanwhile, Gravik makes stone noises. And a warrior aims in Demetrius' direction, but shoots at the queen. And Bront crits the air elemental, taking it down, and it dissipates and tries to hit the queen. But Demetrius says, hold on, give her a chance to surrender. And Bront says, she's kept me captured for all these years. Fuck that. And Demetrius says, we need her alive. We don't have time for your vendettas. Meanwhile, Corbin stands again and uses his giant's might to grow large again. He risks looking at the queen and saves. He activates his stone rune, which is a fitting name, to try to charm her, but she barely saves, and he has no effect. And then one of the Amazon warriors from the south hits the queen and takes her down, which disappoints Arcadia because she wanted the pleasure of doing that. They were not blunted arrows. Corbin casually picks the queen up and shakes her a little bit to see if anything falls out of her pockets. But now that the queen is down, the other Amazons do not look like they're going to attack us, but are staring south in Darien's direction. Corbin leans down and puts the helmet back on the queen, says to Bront, thanks for the help, big guy. Bront wants to continue to smash her, but Corbin stops him. Moxina puts her googles back on and walks over to Gravik, pats him on the shoulder, and said, you lived a good life, young man. And Demetrius does some healing. We end the session, which only lasted in game time about a minute. We end the session as dawn begins to break on Saturday, our 76th day together, 21 days remaining of the Oath of Peace. I should mention that if we want to set the Antikythera, we have this moment to do it. Also, I don't think the queen has been down long enough to actually be dead if you want to try to stabilize her. And that's the end of that.
Nice. Broad smash. All right. Well, what do we want to do here? We have a stone
So is
grabber.
Demetrius back, or is he filling water?
I guess he's filling water.
Because
as Gravik
those two messages were important for him.
As Gravik continues to make stone noises.
Well, since no one's talking, Arcadia is going to grab the 2 javelins of lightning, and she is going to go over to Ileana and remove all of her weapons.
Okay.
Including the hidden ones.
Well, give me an investigation then to find the hidden ones. If there are hidden ones.
Meanwhile, Amishes will remove his form of dread.
Ah, you're back.
We're out of combat, right?
Yeah.
We'll,
Dan, did you hear that?
Calm space within his mind, and the flames will slowly stop flowing around his body, and
Dan, I don't know if you were refilling water, but I wanted you to know that dawn is breaking. So if you wanted to set the
I was listening. Yes.
Oh, you were
I'll
listening.
set it
Okay,
to the
cool.
chariot right now.
Okay, great. I just want to make sure, and then that the queen might be able to be stabilized.
Set it to which one?
Constellation of the chariot.
To the chariot.
Chariot. Okay. Alright, so Arcadia is, looks like she runs over and is filling up, Ileana. And, you search, and then you find one last hidden weapon. I'm not going to say where it is, but you find it.
Okay.
You might notice Corbin's preparing to cut the head off the Medusa. The queen.
No way. Arcadia is not close enough to do anything. She's busy.
Vengeance looks hungry.
So I've got the hood back on her, and I will remove her head and store it in my backpack.
Okay.
We're not gonna prove that she was the queen.
What do you mean? I've been dragging her all over the place.
This is only a small group of Amazons.
Well, I have her head, so I can always show it to people.
Can't turn them all to stone. Look.
Nobody believes me. They just sit there and stare.
So Demetrius is not doing anything then.
No.
Okay, I thought you said you wanted to save her. You said you wanted her to surrender in the last session. You were yelling.
Yeah, I'll say, Corbin, wait. Sorry, I was trying to fix the coding. Corbin, wait.
That got me into trouble last week, trying to fix coding and not paying attention.
Let's see. I'm gonna leave it up to fate. Greater than 50, and I will wait. Corbin, wait.
I'll say, maybe you don't cut off her head just yet. We should have her stand trial to convince the other Amazons and to show them that she is a Medusa.
But wouldn't her head prove that she's a Medusa?
I mean, I don't think people would recognize her head.
But I got the mask. They would recognize the mask. Why
I
would
mean,
they
I
recognize
suppose
her
Darian
body?
has seen it. I suppose Darian has seen it, so she can simply tell the others.
Yeah, she's standing right here.
All right, go ahead.
Arcadia is going to run down and say, "Wait a second, what's going on?"
Well, wait a minute. I got to roll for you too. I rolled past Demetrius. Let's see if I'm over 50. Nope, head's gone.
Corbin just wants to remove a head.
I will tell Corbin you should hold on to that because we should ask if Vulcan can craft anything useful from it.
Oh yeah, I'm saving them in. I've got 2 of them in the bag now. I'm making a collection.
Make an ugly lamp out of it.
Yeah.
We can have matching helmets made with those.
So while this is going on, these two Amazons come down, and they do the salute that you've seen Arcadia do, and they do that in front of Darian.
And these are the ones that are over 30 years old?
Yes.
Why is that relevant?
Because the other ones that are younger would not know what Darian looks like, and Arcadia is still not convinced she's the queen, which is partially why she didn't want Corbin to knock the head off the old one, because she is not convinced that Darian is who she says she is.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. All right. Well, Amitrius
Well,
looks
Anybody
over
over
at
30?
Arcadia. He has pulled out the Antikythera and has set it to the chariot, and he's like, he then points over to Darian and Moxina, like, do you want to go talk to them?
She's going to go over to the warriors and say, "You recognize her."
And they nod. She's a spitting image of her mother.
Would Arcadia know what her? She would. Well, no. She would have been 6. I don't know if she would have ever seen her mother.
No, she's way too young.
I'm gonna do an insight. I'm gonna see if she believes them.
You do.
She asks where the elders are.
Different elders and different tribes are different places.
She asks, do they know where Petra or Adara are? Or if they've heard of them.
They ask who?
They ask who?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Gravix is just standing there as a stone.
Arcadia still isn't convinced.
I'll give you a moment then. In the meanwhile, Amitrius is away from Arcadia and knocking on Graphic's head and asking, "Hello, are you in there?"
And a hollow ring sounds out.
Moxina, is he dead?
Moxina is down by Darian.
Oh.
And she does not respond to you.
All right. And I'll say, Corbin, can you carry Graphic? Are you strong enough for that with your size?
That should be no problem.
I looked up petrified. They're 10 times their weight.
Boom.
Oh shit.
Do I have to roll? See if I can pick him up.
Let's see, how much is he? He currently weighs 790 pounds.
Well, does he still fall within the purview of my feet to mount things on my back? Is that
It's gonna break your back.
That'd probably break your back.
Can I drag him at least?
Like hog tie him
my
and like
lifting is max 480, never mind. It would break my back.
like wrap some ropes around him and just drag him like a mule.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, can we do
Drag
that?
him like a log.
Maybe we should make a stretcher for him at least, because we don't want to bump into any rocks and cracks appearing on him.
How would you, out of curiosity, get down? Because isn't the didn't you have to climb some rocks and stuff to get up?
Yeah, but we can take the long way down.
Hopefully this
Because can you share us the map of this island? Oh, here
I
we
thought
go.
didn't we land on a beach? I didn't think we had to climb anything to get to this place.
No, we took the shortcut that made us climb, but this is like beyond the bridge, so we can just like sort of walk down.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we climbed down at the bridge, but we're beyond the bridge.
That's right. Because you guys would be like right here.
Yeah.
And now we can switch back to Arcadia. You had a moment to think about it.
Can I talk to? I want to ask Maxina. Doesn't she have a cure for this?
Maxina, or if you, she's currently down here talking to Darian.
Alright.
If you go down, like start coming down here, these guards will kind of like put their hands on their the hilt of their swords, like they're fixing to draw them. If you make any crazy moves towards Darian.
Oh hell no! I will step up and also put a hand on my sword, my weapon. Just stare them down if they make any moves towards Corbin.
Corbin will mimic the Amazon salute.
I mean, do they recognize Corbin? He's the guy who spared them.
Yeah.
I am really large at the moment. Well, actually, I guess I would have shrunk back down by now, so I shrunk back down.
Go ahead, Corbin.
So I will ask Maxina if she has any cure for the petrification.
And she shakes her head and says, "I am not a spellcaster."
Nico will
Have
walk
you
up.
heard of any cure ever?
I'll look over at Nico. Nico, can you cure this?
I think I can. It'll have
Oh,
to be
never mind.
tomorrow. It'll have to be tomorrow morning. Wait here.
It's dawn. We're way overdue for a rest.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, as soon as I can rest, prepare for new spells.
Hold on, if it's that easy, do we want to do it right away?
We have to rest. So it's gotta
Yeah,
wait.
but maybe we could give it a few days, you know?
No, I've heard doctors say it's not good for him to be stiff for that long.
All right.
If he's worse than over 24 hours, seek out an emergency doctor.
What's your problem? My friend is stiff. Help him.
Nico, do you have any, way to drag Graphic with us easily? I mean, I thought maybe a stretcher.
Well, that big guy right there.
The little blue spell.
Point to Brock.
Of course. Hey, Bront,
Between
can
me
you,
and Bront, we should be able to drag him along.
yeah. All right, that's settled then. And
Just gotta wrap him up to make sure he doesn't break.
He won't fit in bag of holding.
Not that person.
Mark him as fragile.
Must be Italian.
I will speak to Bront for a moment, and I'll say, hold on, big guy. I have something to discuss with you.
Yeah, he's stoned.
Corbin will come to translate.
Does he only speak Giant?
No, actually, he doesn't speak very good Giant at all. He only spoke Broken Giant because he's been
That's
in
true.
captivity
He
for
just speaks
so long.
Common, right?
He speaks common and broken giant.
All right, I'll speak Common to him. I'll say, as promised, we've set you free, and we will reunite you with your son. But there's always a but, of course. Your son has come to glance over at the Amazons, greatly dislike Amazons, and I think women in general. And we don't want that to be a problem. So when we take you back to your son, are you willing to talk to him and, keep him in line, make sure he doesn't cause any trouble?
And he says, "What do you mean doesn't like women? What's not to like about them?"
I was gonna
He
say,
believes-
Demetrius telling him his kiss on his face.
He believes that because the Amazons have captured you and he thinks tortured you, he believes that they are evil and women in general are evil, or at least that's what I perceive from him.
I think
so.
he only means Amazons.
Yeah, so, and if we are going to be allying with him, I don't want that with them. I don't want that to be a problem. So, can you make sure to keep him in line when you unite with him?
I will speak to him. But it has been many.
If there's any trouble with your son, I expect you to handle it.
It has been many years, so.
Yeah, you two can share a drink and a nice feast of food.
How long have you been with the Amazons?
Like 15, 16 years, something like that.
All right, so you'll promise me that you won't make any trouble when you get back to the ship and your son is, or if there's anything you don't like.
Yeah.
Because if you want to board the Ultras, you have to, I am the captain of the ship. You have to, listen to what I say.
And he looks at you. And he says, "Oh, Captain, my Captain, I am yours."
You don't need to do that. I just want you to understand that it's a military ship, and if you start a fight or there's trouble, we're going to have to kick you off.
He nods.
All right. Then if you could help us bring Gravik to the ship when Arcadia is done here and we've spoken to the Amazons, you can meet us down by the beach where the Ultras is.
Arcadia says, what are you planning on doing? Just taking a long rest on the ship?
I mean, I think you want to talk to Darian, right? Discuss what's going to happen.
Well, I want to stay here for a while, and you can go onto the ship.
All right. Well, I'll say you can stay here a while, and we can catch up tomorrow, and you can tell me what has been agreed upon and what's going to happen now.
And she nods.
And can you ask Darian to meet us as well when you're meeting us by the beach?
I will ask her.
All
So
right.
when do you want to meet? In the morning tomorrow?
Yeah, it seems like a good time.
Ooh,
Everyone in agreement?
Splitting the party for a full day.
Well, only Arcadia. Maybe
Sus.
Corbin will look at Arcadia and say, "Do you want me to stay with you?"
What does this look like here? I mean,
What do you mean?
no, it's just how far away are we from where the boat would be?
Maybe 2 miles.
Oh. She said, hold on a second, and she goes up to goes up here and does the Amazon bow to Darian. And she says, "There's unfinished business I have here. Would I be able to have a safe place to stay here overnight?"
And you see her turn her head towards Maxina. Maxina whispers something, and she says, "Yes."
And then she turns to
Suspicious.
Corbin. Do I do another insight? Am I getting any weird feelings from those two? I'm gonna.
What do you mean by weird feelings?
Am I feeling like they're trying to deceive me, or that it's not going to be safe, or they have ulterior motives?
You are unsure.
She never likes splitting the party.
I mean, if you want, you can bring Ileana back to the Ultros. You two can handle your business in private there as well.
Is Ileana still unconscious?
Yes.
Wake her up and ask her what she thinks. She doesn't like you very much.
Darian, Arcadia would actually like to just speak to Darian in private, but maybe it's not a good idea to split the party and stay overnight. She just asks if she can have some time with them and
Just do what Arcadia would do.
No.
Surely she just trusts her fellow Amazon.
Well, she's a little unsure. She has been away for such a long time and everything has changed so much. She is kind of shaken. But she would ask, she doesn't want to talk in front of people, so well, she just says, go on without me. We'll meet you tomorrow morning.
Corbin yawns. So sleepy. We'll see you in the morning.
And when you say that, Maxina will whisper something to Darian. Darian holds up a hand and says, "But are they going to cause any troubles? Will they recognize me as rightful queen?" And you can see she's looking past you and looks like she's looking over at Demetrius.
And says, I'm not an Amazon.
The centaurs have no queen. Corbin's already giving her the salute. I will hold up my longbow and I will make the Amazon cry.
And then Arcadia says, Demetrius, the warriors here know her mother and say she is the spitting image of her mother, so I believe she is the bloodline. So would you just recognize her as the queen?
Demetrius tries to hand something sneakily to Arcadia.
Give me sleight of hand. Oops.
And he will say, why must I recognize anything? It is not for me to recognize any queen of Themis. Themis has its own business.
And when you do that, when you go to hand Arcadia something, these two Amazons here look at you and say, "What is that? Is that poison?"
If I wanted to do any harm to Darian, she would have not made it out of the cell alive. She is free because we freed her, so no, it's nothing that has anything to do with her, and there is no plot to assassinate her.
What is it?
None of your business.
You are on my island.
Demetrius scoffs at that and say, enough flexing our egos. It's an item for Arcadia, it's personal.
And Darian will look at Arcadia and say, "As your rightful queen, what is it that he gave you?"
And she holds it out in her hand. She says it is a beast to protect me if I run into trouble.
Okay. And she'll just stare and look at it and look at Bront and say, And where's your Stimpy?
I need to find her. That is one of the things I need to do here.
What is-
Check the Amazons to see if there's a bag of Stimpy parts.
And what is it that you hope here to do? Are you staying to join, or are you have some other plans?
Says I need to find Nyx. I would like to speak with you further about Themis's and your possible participation in us saving this world, and I need to deal with Ileana.
Ileana, who is this? Is that her over there?
And she says yes.
We will handle her.
And she says she is my life mate.
She is also a traitor to the crown.
But so were
Because
these
folds
two
his arms.
warriors. So she says, so were these two warriors who stand next to you now once they saw the queen was an imposter. And she points at Amazon Warrior 3 and 27. And I said, I would ask that you afford her the same mercy that I hope you will extend to your people. That many of them were deceived or fearful because of what happened with Lotharia.
And Maxina whispers something into her ear, and she looks at you and says, if she is willing to bend the knee and swear off allegiance to Lotharia, then I might permit her to live.
Area.
Swears off allegiance.
And then Arcadia would say, that reminds me, there is an Amazon in Mitros who was exiled from here because she refused to bend the knee to Lotharia. Is there something that you could possibly give me as a token, or would you be willing to accept her back? Her name is Michaela, and right now she is the captain of the Queen's Guard in Mitros. I just wanted her to let her know that she would be welcome to come home, because she was exiled and left because she refused to bend the knee to this queen, the wrong queen.
Any
Or
Amazon,
playing with their head, kind of like a bowling ball.
any Amazon who is willing to swear allegiance to me, they may come back and do so.
And will you, as you see this now, this hand of Kentamine hanging from Arcadia's neck, she says, there are members of the resistance here that I was hoping to find. Those of us who have been hidden and plotted against the queen, that I hope that they might be able to come out and help you rebuild Themis. I'm also in search of them, including the people who raised me, and the people who ultimately sent me away to try to find help.
This may take several days, if not weeks. Are you willing to? Are you willing to leave your? And she gives Amitrius the look and says, "Friends."
And she says, unfortunately, we are running out of time before the Oath of Peace expires. And there are things we must do, or it won't matter if you find and restore Themis, because the world might not be around. So I will just have to trust that you will be a just and merciful and fair queen. Unfortunately, I'm too young to remember what your mother was like. But from the loyalty that these two Amazons have shown, it seems like she was a very good person.
Maxino says something else to her, and Darian will say, well, if you must be off to save your land, go ahead.
And she says, I would like to speak with Ileana.
Ileana stays.
Yes, but I would like to speak with her.
So speak.
She is my life mate.
So speak.
Right. And then she will bow and back away from her and go to Ileana.
Demetrius will step up and he will say to Darian, it is my understanding that Arcadia has acknowledged you as her new queen and that you have pledged help to her. Is that correct?
I will help Arcadia as we have agreed.
Very well. Could you have a cohort of Amazons join us on the Ultras tomorrow morning?
No.
Why not?
I just taken back my land. I need them all.
Yes, and now that nothing comes for free, of course. We have come here, we have risked our lives for you, and no doubt you are eternally grateful for all that we have done for you.
And when the time comes and you need, she says, and when the time comes and Arcadia asks for our help, we shall give it.
And are you sure? Because that might include taking part in a war.
And one of the warriors will say, the queen has spoken.
So you are certainly an interesting people, you Amazons. How the Oracle could have so mistaken that our fates were ever entwined, I do not know. But I feel more distant from the Amazons than ever before. I bid you a good life, Queen Darian.
So Arcadia goes up to Ileana, and she actually, she would have taken her weapons and put them far away. And then she's still unconscious.
Yes.
I'm going to take... Can I wake her? Can I wake her with, like, shaking her or putting some water on her face or anything like that? Or is she out?
She is currently past the F out.
Okay, then I'm going to pull a potion of healing out and give it to her.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it.
Demetrius. She's taking the weapons there. She's taking all of her stuff. And when you do that, she opens her eyes and jumps up really quick and goes to grab, starts looking for all her weapons and gives you the glare. Psst, traitor.
And Arcadia says it's over. The queen is dead. What were you thinking? Were you allying yourself with the person who killed your tribe?
You wouldn't understand.
Try me. Are you...
She promised revenge.
Revenge on me?
Yes.
You would give up your life and everything that we've done together for revenge on me?
And she looks at you and says, "You wouldn't understand it. You don't know what how bad it got when you left."
Ileana, I've never told you why I left. When
I don't care. You left.
I left to save you, the hold of Lutheria was becoming so strong, the resistance was in danger of being snuffed out, and that included you and me. And so when I found out that I might be the offspring of Pythor, the elders came to me and asked me if I would ask him for help if that was true. And that was the only hope we had to prevent Lutheria from snuffing us out of existence. And they told me I couldn't tell anybody because that would put people in danger. And that's why I couldn't tell you. I didn't mean to hurt you. I wasn't even supposed to tell you I was going to Astoria. But I did, so I knew you could maybe find me someday.
And
I
you
never
left.
did this to hurt you.
But you did.
What did you expect me to do? If I stayed, we could have all been killed and found out.
But
I was
we
planning
would.
on coming back.
But we would have been together.
I
And
wasn't
now,
leaving forever.
And now you travel with these men.
It's not my choice. The Oracle stuck us together. For whatever reason, the combination that we have is her hope for us to save the world when the Oath of Peace expires. And now I'm on a bigger quest, because if I come back here and we're together and the world ends, then what good is that? Liliana,
I don't care about the world. I
you
cared
don't
about
care?
I cared about one thing, and it was ripped from me. And then my love, she helped pick up the pieces, and then your allies slaughtered her.
That was Lutheria. Lutheria, you've seen this before. When she reaches out in your dreams and causes you to see things that aren't there, he didn't see Hatria. He saw a Maenad. I saw the same thing. You all turned into fey creatures, just like the ones that are infesting the island right now. We didn't see the truth until after it was too late. He didn't attack Hatria. He was attacking a Maenad. You should be focusing your anger on Lutheria, the very person. Can't you see how she is twisting things? She is laughing right now because, if anything, you should have all of your anger towards her the way it used to be. Remember when we used to sit there and think about how we would take the island back and have revenge upon the Queen and Lutheria for killing your family?
Times change.
Man, you were always so fucking stubborn. It's what made you so good in battle. So what will you do now? Where does your heart lie? Darian is down there. She is the rightful queen. Would you swear allegiance to her?
And she looks around, and she would see the headless corpse of the other queen and says, "If Darian is the rightful queen, then she is the rightful queen."
And would you swear allegiance to her?
It means nothing. It's none of your business.
Because if you don't, you will die as a traitor.
As an Amazon, I will do my duty. And one
don't-
day, and one day, we shall find each other again, and this time, no holds barred. Anything else, youngling?
Aren't they the same age?
Yeah. Anything else, daughter of Pythor?
I'm no daughter of Pythor. I'm daughter of Kentine.
Anything else, Dragon Girl?
I don't know what else I can say to you. You're so stubborn and so spiteful. Despite all the things we shared, and our friendship, and our partnership, and our bond.
And you threw it all away.
I did not take it lightly.
But you threw it away as she starts walking this way. And you'll see her kind of turn and look back at you, and she has that angry face, but you can tell she's holding back tears. What's up, Caesar? But she has that, the angry, like, I don't know how to explain that. Like, you're so mad, but it makes you cry, I guess.
Yeah, is it tears because she's so mad, or is she hiding sadness?
Give me insight.
Arcadia is just gonna run and hug her. I don't care. She's gonna run and just grab her.
And she just stands there like frozen.
Ileana, what can I do to get through to you?
And it's like you shocked her. She's like turned into graphic, just like a stone.
Katie has petrification.
She says, remember Hades? We had just met, and we saw that basilisk, and it was just a youngster, and the Amazon party was chasing after it, and they were going to kill it, because they said no one could tame it. And it ran up to you, and they told us to run away because they thought it was going to petrify us, and you just knelt down. You were able to tame it. You have so much potential. And then we got in trouble when we later on, you brought us into the pen with the nursing basilisk. People thought you were crazy. But you were able to go in there, and as long as I was with you, nothing happened. People started talking about you being the hope to start the new tribe of the hyena. In that time, you were in the cave in the ocean, and I found you crying. It was the first time you told me about Diana, your older sister, and how you didn't understand how the plague killed your entire family, and she was barely 2 years older than you, and how could you be spared? It was the first time you described that to me. And how you used to hold me when I'd wake up from the nightmares of the green dragon stealing my mother. Those things. When we first met, when we killed that man. And no one ever had to teach us how to create openings for each other. We just did. That's why we were bonded as life mates. when we thought that as long as the two of us concentrated on something, it was almost 100% guaranteed that I was going to be killed. So everyone knew we would be life mates. And I was looking so forward to our life together, being on the tribe of the Kraken together. And after that night, maybe even becoming mates. You don't know how hard it was for me to leave, but I left to save you. And I left to save Venus. And if you truly wanted your revenge, you are having it right now. Because I am destroyed. Which is worse than if you were to kill me. But you should know, Ileana. I told you before that I loved you. You were my chance of being happy, and I left it. It is ironic because that is how much I loved you. I loved you so much I left. And I am sorry you can't see that. And I have to leave right now again. I have to leave Themis. I have to leave home because I love it so much that I need to go and try to save it. And I will try to save you even though you hate me.
So when you were saying all this, you could feel her like trembling, and maybe kind of starting to break through. And then you mentioned leaving again, and she pushes you off. Caesar, if you're gonna get a random monster, just wait.
And she says to Ileana, I will come back for you. I am not leaving forever. I will come back. I never meant to leave permanently to begin with. You just need to wait and trust me. I won't leave you like your family did.
And it looks like you're kind of getting through to her again, and then she just shakes her head. Go. Go be with your men, daughter of Pythor.
She's gonna go look for Nyx. And she says, your weapons are over there. And she points them out to her. And Arcadia's gonna use some tracking survival to see if she can find Nyx.
Okay. And as Ileana walks by all these boys, she just stares at all of them as she goes up to the queen and falls to her knee and does her little bow, or her little salute. Oh yeah. You find bits and pieces that like Nyx kind of like spread out through this battlefield. Actually, it's kind of like where they destroyed her here.
I don't know why. I still must have Hunter's Mark, which is what gave me advantage. That shouldn't happen.
It wouldn't have mattered. You rolled 2 16s. It wouldn't have mattered.
Okay. Well, then she's gonna say to the guys, I'm gonna come with you, but I need to collect Nyx first. And so she's gonna collect pieces of Nyx.
Okay. Then I suppose I can get the dog bag.
And while you're doing all this, a couple of Stempees fly in, and then they go over to like where Darian and the other warriors are. And one flies off, and like 10 minutes later, while Arcadia is still collecting all her bits of Nyx, comes back. And it's carrying something.
Stimpy is coming to Arcadia and is carrying something?
No, it was going over to where Darren is.
Oh, okay, but it's carrying something? Do I see what it is?
A bag.
It's a bag?
Uh-huh.
Have I finished picking up all the pieces of Nyx?
Yes. And one of the warriors will come over to Arcadia and says, the queen wishes to speak with you.
Okay. She comes over. And she walks around Eliana and she kneels and does a bow.
And she'll say, for your help putting me back onto the throne, we will allow you and your friends to leave. And we gift you the small one, the two small ones, and the statue, these stones. And she'll hand you a bag.
And Arcadia thanks her and looks inside. What do they look like?
There are 4 stones in there. One of them is, click on it as soon as Fantasy Grounds decides to catch up. One of them is a translucent dark green with black mottling and golden flecks in color. Another one is a gemstone that's transparent blue-white to medium blue in color. The third is a translucent blue sapphire with white star-shaped center. And the last one is a gemstone of fiery yellow or yellow-green in color. And just by looking at these, you know that these are worth a lot of money.
Arcadia would say,
And I put those in the party sheet.
thank you. She would say, can you explain what they do?
You can sell them.
They buy things.
Oh, that we should sell them. Oh, they're not magic then. Do they have magical qualities?
They do not. They're worth money.
Ah,
And if you are leaving us yet again, well, you need some money. But I demand that the centaur does not take part, does not get a share.
and Arcadia says, yeah, very well.
Amitrus isn't listening. He's talking to Corbin.
Good thing. And Arcadia looks at Maxine and says, if we go back to Mitros, is there anything you need me to do for you there? Or...
And she looks at you and says, and she'll hand you something, and she says, it's like a small package, and says, keep this with you. And somebody will come and ask for it.
Is there any code word or anything?
And she will give you like a sign. And said they will do this sign.
Okay. I don't like that music. Okay, and then Arcadia would bow and say, I bid you good luck with restoring our land.
And you hear Ileana snort when you say that.
She just has a deep sigh and says, I will come home when I can. And
I will
Then she
nudge
says-
Corbin with my elbow, and I will say to him, if you are intent on restoring the Dragonlords and making peace with all the people, you should speak to Darien and establish formal relations between the Dragonlords and the Amazons.
It's an excellent idea. I will approach Darien and give the Amazon salute.
And when you approach, they will won't let you go forward past there.
And I will speak to Darien and say, Darien, the Dragonlords are here for you once again. And I will pet V on the head as I say this.
An ally, and she'll say, an ally with the dragon is a very lucrative opportunity.
Indeed.
Will you and your dragon stay and help take back this land?
I have sworn an oath to stop the Titans, but once that is done, perhaps I shall return and help bring peace to all the lands. All the peoples.
And she nods.
Arcadia says, my queen, have you heard in the history of the ancient wrong that the Amazons did, that they helped overthrow the Titans during the First War? Have you heard anything of that?
Maxina will whisper something in her ear. Dan will say, I do not.
Did we hear what she whispered?
You do not.
Arcadia doesn't like how Darien never answers on her own and she only answers when Maxina says something to her, but it really bothers her, but she can't do anything about it right now.
Probably
And then she-
chop her head off.
yeah. Yeah, get her while she's weak now. So
Demetrius will pipe up as well, and he will say, you are going to be restoring the land under your rule. How do you intend to accomplish that?
Well, you are a centaur. How does your people take command of other tribes when a new leader comes to power?
Violence.
And she smiles.
Very well, as I thought. And what do you think Lutheria is going to do when she finds out that you have come back and have started killing her followers?
We will cross that bridge when we come to it.
Then a little short-sighted of you.
Corbin will say, ha, Demetrius, Lutheria would be dreaming if she thought she could defeat the new queen.
Don't be silly, she's already defeated the new queen. We're the ones that set her free. Lutheria
Puppet
won.
queen.
She beat the Amazons. And now you're saying you have no plan to prevent her from simply coming back and putting you back in prison?
Well, what would you do if Lutheria just showed up to where you are?
You know what I would do, and I would point at Nicodemus and at Titan's Bane.
So you would have
Just
one of
stab her in
your
the guts.
you would have one of your friends attack. But what would you do, Centaur?
I would help him. My life.
So you don't. That's kind of short-sighted of you, isn't it?
No, because it is the destiny of my friend here, and I point at Nicodemus, to slay Lutheria.
Well, then I shouldn't have anything to worry about if your friend is destined to slay the Titan.
And that does seem to be quite in your best interest, doesn't it? We're getting rid of all of your problems for you. We're putting you comfortably on the throne. And now all you have to do is kill off half of your people to win the other half back.
And she looks at you and waits and says, "Do you have anything else?"
I'm glad that you're allowing us to leave your island and that you're allowing that lowly Arcadia to kneel in your presence and that you're willing to bless her with a reward. Thank you for such humility
You are
in the
quite
face
welcome.
of our overwhelming assistance.
You are quite welcome.
And I'm sure also that you are grateful that we haven't changed our mind and decided to kill you and your guards on the spot.
Arcadia stands up and says, Demetrius, you seem to have forgotten that it is your prophecy that brought us here. The prophecy that says without the Amazons on our side, we have no chance to stand against the Titans. So I think it's best you keep your mouth shut right now.
I would rather stand alone against the Titans than next to this hag.
And this is what the hubris causes you to. And she looked at Corbin and she said, I promised I would forgive him for that one thing, that this is something new. Your hubris is going to get us killed, and your pride comes before the world. So why don't we just go ahead and let all of your centaurs die under the rule of Sidon? Because your dick is so small, you have to fucking get all up in the queen's grill and accuse her of not being grateful when she is about to has offered to help us.
Has Maxina told you to tell that as well? As she tells the queen to what to say all the time? You Amazons, you have disappointed me. You are a weak people of liars and rogues. You never give a straight answer. You never give a helping hand. And least of all, you never say thank you for risking our hides. But I've seen here
She
today.
did say thank you. She said
I have
thank you,
been
and I've told
disgusted
you more
by it.
than once. She did
asked
say
her.
she did thank us.
Maybe you,
She-
but not me.
Because you weren't even in the cell. You didn't let her out. It was Corbin who found her. He called me in. I let her out, and Moxina was there. You were nowhere to be found. You were in the other room, so why would she thank you when she didn't see you?
So you are perfectly satisfied here, Arcadia. You have put all of your faith in the competence of Darien, and you are completely at ease with the current course of the Amazons. Is that not right?
If I wanted to be more, I would stay here.
Then
were-
why aren't you? Because Darien.
Then I will stay here. Then
Is that what you want?
I will help
Is that
rebuild.
what you think is best? And what about Lutheria?
Corbin will say, Demetrius, Arcadia, remember your oaths. Perhaps it is
What
best
oath?
The oath to the Oracle.
I have not made an oath.
To the
You
Oracle?
have made the oath of fellowship.
Yes, you seem to forget what the Oath of Fellowship says. The Oath of Fellowship only says that we will share in the glory and share in the fame, and that means bad. So if one of us is asking like a complete asshole and puts the rest of us to shame, that is also what I'm trying to avoid. Like
The only asshole
burning
here.
a cart.
Arcadia is Darien. You know what she should
Titans
have
are
done?
coming.
She should have hailed you as a hero, as a champion of the Amazon people for all the greatness that you have done. She should have offered us any assistance that we wanted, and she should have become our close ally. Instead, she just holds on to her little pride and she just goes out and to butcher the rest of the Amazons.
Look
It is
who's
pathetic.
speaking. Look who's talking. You haven't even seen what she's done.
Hmm.
You're already
I have
creating a reality that
both
what she's going
seen
to do.
what she has done, and I've spoken to her. And that is enough for me.
You need to leave right now.
Fine.
Arcadia kneels before Darien and says, it is not my choice to be with him. It is not my choice to be with this group. I was stuck here with the Oracle, and I'm doing what I can to save this world and to save our land. I hope that when the time comes, you will be able to put aside what he said and aid me.
I'm sorry, I'm like, that was good.
Corbin would also address Darian and say, I understand you have to do what you need to do to consolidate your leadership, but I request that you show as much mercy as possible. Amazon should not kill Amazon. Do not be like the damn dirty centaurs.
And Darian will say, if they bend the knee, we have no problem.
Yes, they must follow you. I understand. Just give them at least as much opportunity as possible. And the Dragonlords will be there to help you, as long as you are honorable.
We have no reason to not to be honorable.
I don't doubt it.
Plus, with somebody as strong as you, how else could we fail?
Now, just watch your back. Corbin kind of rub his back a little bit.
And she'll say, she'll look over to where Demetrius is walking away, and she says, "Right now, I need to be watching my front."
You fear the centaurs?
I fear no man.
I hear there are female centaurs.
Well, supposedly.
Arcadia says, my queen, is there some sort of token that you could give me so I could show the Amazons that are scattered about that you have returned to your rightful place? I'm not... My reputation, people don't tend to like me or believe me.
And she'll, well, again, look over at Moxina. Moxina will dig something out of her bag and will hand you a coin.
And what does it look like?
It's like a little blackened. It's blackened and it has like some symbols on it and some writing.
Corbin will look envious and say, may I also have such a coin? To show that show the Dragonlords friendship?
And she'll, Darian will look at Moxina and nod, and Moxina will take one out as well and give it to you.
And I will bow formally.
And does this look like it has like the Darian's royal crest on it or something like that?
Yeah. Like, have you, best way, I don't know if anyone would ever know what this is, but like a military coin from like a general. It's
it's like
a
what
retirement
are
coin.
called? Those, what are those things called?
Challenge coins.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, challenge coin. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Great.
I had one. We got stolen when my house was broken into.
Fun fact, I have one from a 3-star admiral.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Polish Navy doesn't count.
Okay. Well.
But Darren will grab Arcadia and say, "You're my proxy after, well, not proxy, but envoy maybe. What you do out in the land will reflect on all Amazons. Just be careful around that thing. And she nods towards Demetrius.
And Arcadia says, "Yes, my queen." How far away are we from the prison?
Not too far.
She asks her, "May I take as a souvenir something to remind me of home, the banner that is hanging in the prison, the one that says Sisterhood of Equals?"
And she looks at one of the Stempes and gives it a command. It takes off flying towards the person.
Arcadia really liked that. Okay, and then I guess we can just leave.
All right. Yeah, and a few moments later, it flies back and gives it to you.
Actually, Arcadia would walk up to Nico and say, "Excuse me, my queen," and she asks Nico something. She would ask Nico, does he have a spell that will restore Gravik?
Yeah.
I think I do. I just have to prepare it in the morning after our rest.
She says, would you mind, can you cast it more than once? Because of Gabrielle, who was supposed to help us and was turned to stone. She was the one female statue in the group in front of the temple.
Yes, I believe that's possible.
And she says thank you, and she would go back to the queen and Moxina and say to Moxina, "I think Nico can restore Gabrielle."
And she looks and says, "You would do that?"
And Arcadia said, "I just asked him if he would, and he agreed."
And she looks kind of shocked.
And she says, "Not all men are bad. They can be highly annoying most of the time, but some of them are good."
And she says, "What do you need me to do?"
We'll be back tomorrow. I think that's the plan, and then you would probably just want to come with us so you can be there when she is restored.
Okay.
So I guess, are we ready to leave? We'll just take a long rest.
Yes,
Are we-
Corbin's very sleepy.
Going to head back to the Ultros
Yes.
Yes, please.
and wait a day? Is that what it seems like?
Yep.
Just a long rest, I guess, until morning, and then
Well, it
because
is.
the Queen and Gabriella
It
statue would meet us.
is morning time right now. So, like, you take a long rest, it'd be like mid-afternoon. So
Were we
you,
up
But
all
how does-
night?
how does that
Are we
work? You have-
Are we exhausted? Were we up all
Yeah, how
night?
does that work?
no,
Yeah.
no, because the last one, it hasn't been 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's been less than that.
Our biorhythms
Well, if-
are out of sync. I think we need to get our biorhythms back in sync.
Well, I guess we could go take a rest, whatever, get an 8-hour rest, and then come back here so we can leave that night and get a head start on the other, but just come back to restore, because that's all Nico needs, right, is a long rest to prepare his spells. It doesn't have to be like the next day.
Yeah, he just needs
Yeah.
8 hours.
Yeah.
So I guess instead of coming back in the morning, we come back at night.
Yeah, we can come back
What?
in, 9, 10 hours or something.
and then so go back to the ship, take a long rest, assuming you're going to cure Gravik first
Yeah.
Yes.
while he's on the ship.
Yeah.
Okay. Stone
Corbin
Gravik
may,
will be no more.
Corbin may put some garlic wreaths around him just for old time's sake.
All right. So Gravik, you'll become back to not Stone Gravik.
What does
Okay.
Bront say when he sees his son on the ship? Corbin wants to introduce them.
We'll get to that in a moment because I gotta pee. I think we go on break.
Okay. When you coming back?
10, or 11, 10. Alright, stream. We'll be back in like 7 minutes or something like that. So, because I gotta pee. So if you go away, please come back, and we'll see you shortly. Let me do this and that, Whew, and that, and music, and microphone off. All right.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Oops, let me start pretzel. 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 Bam. All right.
Okay, what are those sounds? Are we gonna run into a pride of lions on our way out?
Huh?
Could be.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, so before the long rest, before Rabbit gets woken up, so Bronze, you get back down to the ship, and you hear, like as you're going back to the ship, you hear a big old splash as Asteros decides to jump into the water.
I think he's a little eager to see you, bro.
Father?
Corbin will say, yes, I brought him to you as I said I would.
My man.
Did you expect any less?
Not from a great man as yourself. Thank you.
Most welcome. I owed your people one. I failed in my last attempt to help you.
Well, we as Jenkins, we thank you.
I'm sorry, when did you guys start? It happened to me again where I lost the stream. I had to disconnect.
We just got to the boat and
Yes.
reunited Bronk and his son.
Okay. Because all I was hearing was a lot of, like, jungle sounds, like lions roaring.
Oh, I was wondering what you're talking about.
Oh, because you could hear me?
Yeah, we could hear you. Like you're like, oh, maybe we're gonna get attacked by lions on the way back. Like, huh?
Oh, yeah, that's all I was hearing was this snarling sound, and then I couldn't hear you guys at all. So I had to do the same thing I did last time, which is like disconnect and connect, because at least they didn't miss me getting critted and dying.
The Macintosh lions were.
The Macintosh lion, yeah.
But were you guys hearing that too, like the lions?
No.
No,
Oh my god.
You only hear that on your computer.
it's an Apple thing.
It was super loud. I was like, oh my god, okay.
It's that death metal I was listening to that I couldn't hear.
But yeah, so you get Bronk back, him and Steros reunite. Electrion is passed out on top of the top deck, like with his back out, so all of his legs are hanging up in the air. And the bottle is like, he has like a death grip on the bottle.
So before I leave Bront and them to go take my rest, I will say, if you did want to help me, I could either use something to help my bow or to help my armor, but no obligations. Just if it's something in your power to help me with.
And Steros nods and says, I'll see what I can come up with.
Corbin's gonna go pass out and pluck all the. I will also ask Bront and Steros if they can look into maybe enhancing some equipment.
And then he'll also say, well, see what we can do. Which is DM speak for send me a message and I'll see if I can actually make it happen or not by next time. And they also say, so now what? Are we heading off?
I think we wanted to wait for. Have we already gone back and got Gabrielle out of the stone?
You have not. You have not taken a long
Okay.
rest yet.
Oh, then I guess we're taking a long rest.
Brooklyn's already asleep.
If we want to get our friends back, we need to go to sleep.
Well, do the thing.
Okay. Biddy boppity boop. It's done. The restoration on both.
Oh, do
Work?
the other thing. There's something else you need to do.
Oh, I know what he means.
Do the thing.
Wait,
Are we
what?
leveling up again?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
The thing?
The thing.
When he says that, I know what it means.
We're surely.
Level up,
That means we're
baby.
surely gonna die in the morning. Damn it.
So wait, is this before we're going to back to Themis?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because you took your long rest.
We're gonna die.
Yeah, we're gonna go back, and it's true. Like Muxine taken over. Oh God.
And Gravik can also level up as well. Even though he's stoned.
Can you remove aura of courage?
Sounds wrong. Let me level up.
Or of courage. That one? And on this ship, where did you place Gravik? Stone Gravik.
I placed him by the main pole.
Okay.
Main mast.
By the mast.
By the mast.
I lashed him to the main mast,
Okay.
and I put garlic around him.
Nice. Alright, so yeah, Nico, go ahead and mark up your slots for the Greater Restoration.
Yep, already did.
Cool. So,
So just remind me, I have to go under characters, classes, right, and then drag from the character classes, correct?
from the Odyssey class, yes.
Right. Right. Under classes.
Yes, under classes.
Okay. Just want to make sure. I don't want to do
You
it.
don't, you don't want to do it all over again?
No. Okay, I'm doing it.
So, Gravik, Nico comes and uses a spell on you, and you turns back into human Gravik.
Okay, just give me a second. I'm just gonna finish leveling up. Well, actually, no, we can really do this right now. What's 20 feet ahead of him?
There is like a couple people and a goat.
Okay, the goat just explodes as Shatter goes off.
Oh, right. Right.
Nice.
And the people around him, around the goat, are probably not going to be too happy either.
No, especially because they got hit and now they're covered in goat.
Graphic is just gonna like blink a few times, like, and look around himself, like, what? Did we win? Why am I tied to the mast?
Let me go, damn it.
What happened?
You were turned to stone.
Are we still asleep? I thought I was asleep.
You'd be
It's the next
awake
morning,
by
it's
now.
after rest.
It's after the long rest, so it's like mid-afternoon now.
Alright.
So yeah, you would have been keen to this if you were up on deck.
Can someone untie me?
If I have to, and I will untie him.
And he'll dust himself off and look over at the carnage.
As you go to dust yourself off, your hand, like you brush your shoulder off, and something white and gooey comes off off your shoulder.
He's just gonna flick his hand and try to does cast prestidigitation to clean it off, like.
as Aziz is up there up there laughing.
I'll tell Graphic we're going to, or Arcadia is going to meet Queen last time. And,
Yeah, he wouldn't have been. He wouldn't have known any of that.
That's why I'm informing him.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the
so-
next day. You've been turned to stone. Arcadia is going to meet the Queen last time. I think Nico is going to turn a statue back normal, and then we're setting off to the next island.
Sure. Okay. And he's just gonna. I still feel kind of tired. I'm gonna go take a nap. And he just kind of just starts stumbling off towards the below deck.
Okay. Whom, if anyone other than Nico and Arcadia, is going to go back to the island?
Corbin would go back.
Okay.
He's a friend of the Amazon.
How about Demetrius?
He is staying.
Okay. And poor Electron is passed the F out, snoring. Cool. Alright, so make things quick and simple. Uh-oh. What? Nico Druid. Are you using the Odyssey Druid, Nico?
Repeat that.
Are you using the Odyssey Druid class?
No.
Oh, what Druid are you going?
Loaded Moon Druid. But when I go to
Do you have the book loaded?
it says I need Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica's players
Huh.
to load. I don't know why. I've never run into this before.
Huh. Is it? Do you have it loaded or no?
Can't find
Give me a second. Where's that? There. You should check it out. Yeah, that's weird. Classes, Druid. Oh, that's weird because even Ravnica has, I think it's a Spore Druid.
Let's see if that works. Okay. Now I can level up. Alright, there we go. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I wonder why that's. I remember choosing that book to move. That's,
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
yeah. Well, it's working now, so that's all that matters.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Where we were going back to the island, yeah?
Yep.
Alright, so to make things kind of fast forward a little bit, you get back to the island, and Darian and Maxine and one of the guards meets you where you land, and she leads you up to where Gabrielle is.
Okay.
Bippity boppity boop. And Gabrielle blinks her eyes and looks around and freaking out. And what the hell? But you thought it was going to be sus in the big battle. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, so I mean, Arcadia would thank her for trying to help, and would look at Maxina and say, I will take your package back to Mitros and Good luck. Mm.
And she gives you the big old toothy smile and says, "Thank you. Good luck to you as well with that centaur."
And Arcadia just shakes her head.
All right. So back to the ship. Give me a long rest to refresh those things, and off to the Garden of Helios, because you added the thing, right? Yeah, you did.
Oh yeah, is there any bowls on this? Do we have on the ship?
Bowls, like for food?
Yeah.
What kind of bowl we're talking? Like for weed or what? What kind of bowl we're talking about?
Like a bowl, like a, like a cow bowl, like a
Like a trough?
BULL.
Oh, a bowl.
Yeah.
No, there are no bowls.
Okay.
Oh, so you're saying bowl? I was like, what? No, no bowls. Alright, give me a second, because we're going to a new place. Here. Alright, so, you put the little piece into the that word, and as you set off and you start sailing into the Forgotten Sea, dark storm clouds spread across the horizon and powerful waves crash against the hull of your ship. Salt water frequently rains down upon the deck, drenching the crew. You suddenly realize that sailing through these angry waters will someday be counted among your many great labors. Cool.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Sus. And so like day one, or day 3-day journey. So day one, nothing happens. Day two, nothing happens. And as evening at day two, someone says, one of the crew says, "Look at those stars scattered across the zenith of the sky. That's the constellation of the Chariot, which represents Valis, the goddess of wisdom. There was once a young priest who traveled all the lands of Thylia, seeking out tomes and texts to bring back to the great library in the Temple of Five in the city of Myrtros. He spent decades on this quest until, on one of his journeys, he met a beautiful sorceress. The sorceress made him an offer. Marry her, and she would use her power to summon every book ever written onto the shelves of his library. The young man refused her. The journey to obtain knowledge, he said, was just as important as the knowledge itself. The sorcerer revealed herself as Valis. She placed her hands upon the priest's eyes, and forever afterwards he could read books in every language, even those long forgotten. This was a most beautiful gift from the goddess to her most loyal servant."
Sounds like a warlock thing.
Sounds sus. Right. And dawn of the next day. So the island ahead is completely shrouded in fog. When you sail close enough to properly see through this haze, you find that rocky cliffs have formed a natural plateau, elevating the island's landscape far above the water. You can see shrubs and other plants spilling over the top of the cliffs, and you hear the strange trumpeting calls of exotic beasts from further inland.
Do we know who or what a Helios is?
Give me a religion.
What do we
Yes,
know?
the
Religion?
sun god?
Yeah, unless you already know who he is, then yeah, it's the sun god.
Do we? I mean, I think he is that in a God of War, but do we know what he is in this one?
Corbin doesn't.
Never heard of it.
Will use my inspiration.
What'd you say? A history check?
Religion.
Religion?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not proficient.
Yeah, Demetrius, you know that this is the and Nico. So Nico, Demetrius, Gravic, you guys all have heard that Helios is the sun god.
Is that all we know about him?
Yes. He is the sun god.
Corbin says, I will pray. He lays out on deck without his shirt, hands up.
Hold on, Corbin. Before you do that, there's the 5 gods and there's the old gods. Well, we know that he's not one of the 5 gods, so it might be an evil old god that you're praying to, or at least you should be careful.
Well, he's making me look better.
Well, don't just. Well, I mean,
No,
it's
I
your
will kind
choice,
of-
but
I'll
don't
kind
just
of
pray
flex
to
once I
random
put
gods.
some oil on.
Please just
Can't
don't
hurt.
pray to random gods that may or may not be evil. All right. I guess we are going to try and moor the ship somewhere near this island.
Okay.
We gotta climb. Is there any place to get on the island? It looks like there's a bunch of cliffs of insanity there.
It's a nice climb. There might be like a path. Be sure. Why did you close it? Let's see here.
Maybe in that crevice,
I don't think there's a.
that little gorge there.
I think it's actually a climb. It's not. It's not a hard climb. Like it's kind of like slanted up. I guess like you could find places kind of like slanted.
Alright, so it's not vertical.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'll see you guys at the top. Nico wild shapes into a rock and takes off.
Into a rock.
ROC.
Yeah.
ROC.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Hey, what? Who wants to get on me back?
I throw the rock up the.
wait, me! I want to get on your back.
Oh, you're too heavy.
Corbin
No,
jumps
you
on-
can handle it, man.
Corbin's like, I'm not heavy.
I think I can train this.
Actually, can I
Wild
can I
shape
can I
into
have
one.
can I have V carry me up?
Do you go small?
You are a small creature.
Oh yeah, you are small. Let's see if she can. I don't see why she couldn't. Let's see.
She has like 19 strength.
She's very strong.
Yeah, I'll give it that. Why not?
Yeah.
It takes a minute. Like, you ever seen the movie A Bug's Life?
Yeah, she's struggling a bit.
Yeah, you know at the end when Heinlein turns into a pretty little butterfly,
Oh yeah.
it struggles to fly. All right, so Corbin and Vengeance goes up. Nico is out a rock.
I think I can transform your wild shape into one of those already.
What's the
I don't
sea
know
level?
what- I don't know what CR level
Maybe you're a pigeon.
it is. Yeah. I can carry a message. Let's see.
Do we see anything out of the ordinary when scouting this island? Maybe, Arcadia, can you send Nyx up, do a circle flyby?
Yeah, she's got
See-
Nyx.
see-
Nyx is back.
So, you see, so Nyx will chatter down that she sees some one-eyed creatures, big boys, and also these weird-looking gray animals that they're massive, walk on 4 legs, and have a big, long snout.
Does she see any landmarks, any temples?
So On the mainland, there are some ancient stone buildings that are kind of crumbled.
Could you point out on the map where they are?
There, like there, some over there, some down there.
Okay, but nothing that you would say like this is the place to go here.
Well, on the smaller island, it's a it's you see kind of like a very nice beach, very nice like a little dwelling, if you will, and it looks very, very spectacular. But also, she also sees some more of those cyclopses.
Well, maybe we should start with the small island then.
I just got to the top of this one.
Well, go to the top of this one then. Can we park the ship right here and then make the journey from there up here?
Sure.
If everyone agrees, of course. If anyone else has any ideas.
I don't know. We're already on the main island. Maybe we should explore there first.
All right. Well, let's do the main island first then.
Okay.
So what do
So
we
do these
roll?
do those
now?
things look like gen cans? Like you said, they're one-eyed giant things. Do they look like Staros and Blot?
They look smaller.
God's little brother.
Well, according to the salamander, long ago, the sun god will find me on this island somehow. So, I guess we just walk around, maybe find a quiet place, and I'll do some communion.
All right. So, are we trying to like hide the fact that we're there, or just walking?
Nah, I think we should just walk.
But
Okay.
keep. Corbin would ask Arcadia to keep Nyx up and looking,
Maybe we can kill some of these cyclops and
and I'll have
some
Vicky look
ingredients.
out as well.
get some ingredients for Vulcan.
We don't even know if they're hostile.
Well, you know, probably are. For example, you can make a great club of the Cyclops. Well, yeah, I guess, can we do that? What do we roll to climb up?
Well, if you're using the rope and he's flying up and Nico's flying around, and we can get up there. So Nyx will chitter chatter that some things are coming. And you see 6 Cyclops start walking in your direction.
I'll say, don't stab the eyes.
Corbin will call out in Giant and say, friend or foe?
Friend!
They say, I'll tell the rest, they say they're friends.
Yeah, right. Get in position, but I guess we'll give them a chance, but I
No!
We'll
Fucker!
talk to them.
Oh!
will stand by you and
I'll say, we are new to the island.
Thank you, Sven, for the gift sub to Drakes. Ooh,
because
that's,
I have to commune under the constellation of the chariot on this island, and then the sun god will appear.
Oh, Caesar, though, if you got if you
Needs
don't,
information from the sun god.
I'd hang around. So one of the Cyclops, they say, one of them kind of walks forward a little bit and says, "Great sun god Helios, welcome you to island. He send warm greetings and invite you to feast. Thanks be to great sun god. He is kind and generous master.
Where can we pray to the sun god?
He is over on Small Island.
Oh.
Oh, just like I said, remember, Corbin? Okay, so let's go to the small island then.
Oh wait, do we need to feast with these guys first?
Yeah, but he's inviting us to the feast on a small island, right?
Where are you? Where are you inviting us from the sun god?
Over to Small Island for feast.
Oh, okay.
And then I give Corbin
lead on
another
then.
look and say, "Can we go now, or do you want to ask him again?"
Seeing that they're friendly, Gravik will walk over to one of these Cyclopses. You wouldn't happen to have any armor for sale, would you?
And they look at you like you're speaking a language they have no idea what you're talking about.
Corbin would translate for him.
Oh,
And they say, no.
Why
Yeah,
would
he
they
is.
have armor
He is
for
pretty.
sale?
He is pretty scrawny. I mean, like, do you have like a child's training armor?
No.
thinking like leather. Like surely they must have hide.
Why do you want Cyclop armor, Gravik? Would fit you.
Maybe they have some leather workers.
Maybe these random Cyclopses have armor with them for humans.
I thought I'd ask. Anyways, it's been a while since we've been in anywhere civilized. No offense, Dimitri. Arcadia. That's not what I meant.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, you probably could have done some trading with the Amazons. Oh well.
I was kind of predisposed
stoned
at the time. You all
stoned.
decided to leave before we could,
Oh, I think, Nico, you can take the dark vision off of me, right? Are you the one who put it on to Demetrius and me? Thank you.
So I guess we would go to this feast,
Okay.
and I'll say to Corbin, let me do the talking this time, because it's my epic path.
Okay, but you know, Arcadia gets
Yeah.
angry when you talk sometimes.
Well,
That's
just like he
Arcadia's
was,
problem,
just
not
like he
mine.
was, just like he was talking during my epic path. But
All right.
Look at that table.
Yeah.
Holy shit, this is a good map.
Look at that cornucopia filled with stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing bad could possibly come of that.
wow, yeah. Except we're the main course. They didn't tell us that part.
Not happen.
So.
Nicodemus, can you purify this food?
So y'all arrive at the prepared feast set on a pristine sandy beach that borders a crystal clear pool at the center of the small island. An elderly cyclops with a milky white eye sets out plates of enormous cuts of roasted meat on the ornate dining table before you. Your host stands at the opposite end of the table. Helios is an incredibly handsome man made more splendid by radiant jewelry and a skin that nearly glows with divine vigor. Sunlight glints from his golden hair, which matches the burnished color of his eyes.
All right.
And Helios is jacked.
I know,
Some-
right?
some-
Wow, he's
Yeah.
Sun
like the
guy.
old. He's like the old Pythor.
He looks like Corbin with blonde hair.
I will approach and I'll say, "Great Helios, Sun God, may I approach?"
Of course, my friend. Have a seat. Oh, here.
I will try
There
to
you go.
find a seat next to him at the head of the table.
Okay.
I will guess you at the party. Come on, join us if you want or not.
You said there was an old Cyclops there?
Yeah, that boy.
Alright. Is he not seated at the table? He's not eating?
He is not?
Oh, I would go talk to him while the rest of people are seating.
Okay.
How are you doing, old one?
And he looks down and looks around, and you can tell that he's blind, and says, "Oh, I'm okay."
What do you do for the god Helios?
I am his chef and steward.
Blind chef?
Well, you don't need all of your senses to be a good chef, do you?
You must be very skilled.
I can-
I'll check his fingers to see if they're all cut up.
They are, and it looks like a chef's hands, cuts and burns and stuff.
What foods do you recommend?
Today we have elephant meat.
I don't think I've ever seen an elephant.
I will move next to Helios and begin digging in. And whilst eating and drinking, I will ask him, you know of me?
You are a metriist, correct?
Indeed.
We have heard of your companions' exploits and your heroic exploits, but surely they can't all be true, are they?
And I will eye him over appreciatively, like to soldiers in the barracks. And I'll be like, they're true. And Demetrius will flex his own muscles a little bit and straighten his back.
Then tell about the rest of your friends. Do they not want some food?
Well, you have invited them. They are free to attend if they wish. It's up to them. I do not control them or speak for them.
Suppose it couldn't hurt to eat something here? Quite a nice setup you have.
And he'll say, for you, my friend, I understand that you drink.
No, don't. No, wine is fine.
Do you have any blood? I will ask him.
We do. I've heard that that is his sustenance.
It is true. Please give him some before he gets cranky and bites me again.
It's fine. Just
And Helios looks at you confused and says, Don't be afraid if that is what you survive on."
no. It's fine. I drank before I came here. Whatever you're eating is fine. And drinking.
Okay.
He's shy about it. So great, Helios. I must confess that you have me at a disadvantage. I have spent much of my life in slavery, so I have not benefited a proper education. That's Demetrius trying to be as polite as he thinks is possible. And he says, I do not know your history or much about your domain.
I am the sun god, and I was revered by all mortal and giant races of Dahlia long before the coming of the Dragonlords.
Are you the spawn of Thylia?
Yes. No, wait, no. He does not say that. He says, he kind of looks. He looks at you.
Are Sidon and Lutheria your siblings?
Ugh. They wish.
In your domain is the sun itself?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm sure that you are curious as to why I have come to your island.
I am. But before we get to that, I wish to hear some of your tales, if you don't mind, to regale. As you can see, I don't get out too much.
I will regale him with the tales of winning the great games of Mitros and the various rounds that we have partaken in. I will pull out a dragon's tooth and I'll put it in front of Helios as proof of the dragon that we have slain. And I will tell him of the great labors that we have done. I think it was the slaying of the boar, the saving of Estoria, saving of Mitros. And I assume that whole thing is going to take a few hours.
Yeah, and everything you say, like he seems extremely impressed. Like every exploit you tell him.
So what's the rest doing? Anything you guys want to ask him?
I continue to talk to the blind chef.
For hours.
Yeah,
I don't-
I'm just asking him how he prepares the food, and I'm learning to be a chef.
He after a few moments, he kind of scowls at you. So it wouldn't last too long. What's Arcadia? Is she just gonna hang out there for a couple hours, like back in the back, or?
Corbin requests chef's table.
And as Demetrius is telling all this to Helios, he just keeps eating, and he even says, like, you have met Pythor, and you've met the other gods. That's very impressive.
Indeed, including your brother, and I will motion over to the scars on my flank that didn't disappear when he was revived. And as you can see, we've had a minor difference of opinion on certain things.
I see.
Yeah, if he's talking to us, Corbin would ask him, how do the older gods feel about Sidon and Theria?
Well, we're curious as to see what's going to happen in a few short days.
And how do you feel about how the five gods came to be?
And he
That bother you?
kind of shrugs and says, "Well, gods come and false gods come and false gods go."
Do you consider Sidon to be false?
Well, he's not the best judge of character, I guess you could say. And he laughs.
And we just will laugh with him.
And what was your opinion of the original Dragonlords before they turned bad?
Some of them were okay. From what I could tell, I never had any interactions with them, but from what I could see from afar, some of them are alright. Until, and then he'll say until, and then kind of drift off. Until they betrayed one of their own.
I'm very curious. Do you know about this story?
Apparently, one of them had brokered a peace with the Gaigans, and their leader didn't care for this too much because he profited from the war, and he allegedly set him up to get killed and make it look like an accident.
Ooh!
I already knew that.
Oh, I thought you just knew that the Gaigans had betrayed you, but it was actually the Dragonlords.
No, I knew the Dragonlords. I think I've already found out the Dragonlords betrayed me, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
who was the leader at the time? It's out of character. Who was the leader at the time?
It was Arkenlander, correct?
Ah, it all goes back to Arkenlander, always.
But somebody said that there was a rumor that your very best friend betrayed you.
Yeah, I heard a rumor that his pupil, disciple, betrayed him.
Oh, that's his a legend. It might be true, but it might not. I don't know. Like I said, I never really had too many interactions with them.
I'll say, well, just so you know that I am that Dragonlord.
And he looks at you and kind of nods. And I've heard rumor.
I wish I knew more about it. Do you know more about how the five gods became who they are?
I do not.
Do you have any books or histories of the Dragonlords?
Not on this island. I know there's some scattered about. And he says, "Give me 1 second while I remember where this is." On the island of Yonder, apparently.
I was there. I guess I'll have to go back there someday.
But and he turns his focus back to Demetrius. But you said you were here for something.
Indeed. I'm sure that you know of the Oracle.
I do.
Yeah. She has sent us, and I motioned to the entire group, she has sent us all on a quest across Thylea in an attempt to make sure that the world is not destroyed by another war. And in part of that mission, she has given us a few prophecies. And one of these prophecies is that I must seek you out and that you will help me find the vengeance that I seek.
Vengeance? What sort of vengeance is this?
And I will tell him, long ago when I was but a child, a great red dragon came and attacked my tribe and burned them all to the ground. I was afraid and I hid together with my brother, and later on we were captured by humans and sold into slavery. And I wish to slay the dragon responsible for the death of my people.
And he says, "Ah. Well, what do you say if I'm to tell you I know who your nemesis is and I can guide you to him?"
Demetrius will raise his brows and he will say, I assume that such information does not come without a cost.
And he kind of smiles a little bit.
I've been dealing with gods a long time for now. Tell me, what is it that you wish for me in return?
What do you have to offer?
A great many things. We have worked with and even against many gods. You have heard of the exploits that we have achieved. What can we do for you with the means that we have? Our combat ability, our ship, our contacts.
I'm just curious. What do you think is worth that information?
And you see that Demetrius is struggling, and he's thinking on how to reply to that. And he looks around and he sees that Helios seems to live in comfort, and looks at his food, and clearly he has a lot of money to spend, so clearly he's not going to be buying him with any gold. He says, you wish to hear of my stories, you have a taste for adventure, mayhaps you could join us on the Ultras, and we could show you adventure across the world, take you wherever, meet whoever.
But I could do that on my own.
But why aren't you? Why are you just here on this island?
Well, as you've lived as long as I have, eventually you get bored.
So, then, how might we entertain you?
And he looks at you and, give me, what is something that is, what's something that is precious to you, that you are willing to part with?
That is something. There is something that is precious to me, but I'm not willing to part with it. That is my brother. And I suppose I could not steal the Ultros from my friends in the Antikythera, but anything else that you wish is yours. And I will pull out the axe of Xander, and I will hold it in front of him.
And he looks at it and says, "You'd be willing to part with something so precious as Xander's axe?"
Yes.
Okay.
But for revenge, then I will do anything to kill that dragon.
Okay, I can get behind that. So he,
Put the axe of Xander on the table in front of him.
all right, and he looks at it and says, "So you wish now to know who the nemesis is and where they are?"
Yes, tell me, and I will kill him.
Well,
Or-
I know him. Because he's me.
And Amitrus, he what? Amitrus spits out his food, and he's just completely frozen. And he says, "You?"
And Helios sighs heavily and stretches his arms out and says, "You know, you seem like such interesting guests, but this party has grown kind of tedious. Fortunately, such accomplished heroes as yourselves should make for a truly delectable dessert." And
See, now this is why I didn't move my token up there. Someone moved my token up into the table. I was back here. I never moved. And I'm saying this. I never moved over there. And I noticed that, and I almost didn't say anything. But I never willingly moved from the corner where I stayed.
for hours and hours and hours?
Arcadia's in a bad mood.
Okay, I'll give you that. So as he speaks, Helios begins to transform.
Shit.
Claws grow from his hands, and his teeth multiply, spreading into a broad, draconic grin. He towers over you now, a massive dragon with lustrous golden scales.
Oh, dragon.
Remember when I said as long as we're
Oh,
not the
Jesus.
main course? Remember I talked about us being the main course?
But that's supposed to be good.
Well, don't say I never bring you guys to any good parties.
Oh my god.
Another fine mess you've gotten us into.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Arcadia wouldn't have been able to stomach all of that macho testosterone bullshit going around the table.
Fair enough.
That's the Greek lore. That's what they do. They tell each other stories and they flex at each other.
Yeah, it's like when she was wondering about your barracks behavior of your flexing and like.
I mean, well, let's just say it's good that Helios didn't start flirting with Demetrius.
God. So he would have been. He'd be. Oops. He'd be up in the air. And he looks and just kind of. He has a bright grin. And he is going to just hang out here for a second. See what. He's going to hold his action and see what happens.
Demetrius is going to try and plunge his halberd into Helios' chest without any hesitation.
And he is 10 feet up.
Yeah, I have a reach weapon.
Yes, sir.
And he will say, die!
Right.
I will Divine Smite 3 that.
All right. And then after this, he will use his held action, and he will smack you with his tail. anything else from Demetrius?
Yes. As my bonus action, I will cast shield. And I will take my second attack. That is for my halberd, the extra dice.
Hmm? Yeah, because the weapon.
Yeah, the dragon slaying weapon.
Yeah. Gravik.
Okay. How high is this table right now? Like, is he slide underneath it to get to the other side?
Yeah, you can get under it. You like, yeah. It's like a normal table.
Okay, so he's going to crouch and slide under the table, and 20 there.
Or you went 10 back, so that's 30.
Okay. So he'll move up there. And I don't really have anything that goes more crowd control than single target fighting. Let's see. Guess for now he'll just start off with a cantrip. He'll cast Zap on him. And that'll be it for Gravik. He's very unsure about this because it's a freaking golden dragon.
Gravik, what the fuck? Kill it!
And at the end of your turn, Helios is going to beat his wings. Knocking you prone. And does it push you back? No. Then he can fly up to half his speed. And then he is going to fly up 20 feet. And yeah, he's going. No, actually, he's not. He's going to fly up another 5 feet.
Where are you going, you coward? That's what Demetrius yells.
All right, Corbin.
So the Cyclops is hostile now, right?
Yes.
Corbin will get angry and say, "You're no chef."
I will eat you. I will cook you in stew.
So Corbin rages. And I will. How big is he?
The giant or he's huge.
He's only huge.
Yeah. Only. Yeah, he's huge.
All right, I will. Punch him. Punch him again. And I am going to move to this side of him.
Alright. Let's see. Well, he's going to return the hammer. And at the end of your turn, Helios is going to smack Demetrius with the tail.
Well, I got something to do after that, so.
Oh.
So if Talios has ended, not Talios, if the Cyclops has ended his turn, I'm going to touch my rune, and I am going to attempt to charm him.
Charm the Telepomus.
Yeah, I think I've got a thing for it here. Hold on a minute. Yeah, there she is. Let's see. So he succeeded.
Oh, damn, just
Yes.
barely.
Alright, so nothing happens, and I don't believe. Alright, nothing happens.
Alright. And that's just how long does that rune last? Or is it just a one-time thing?
That was a one-time thing. The rune lasts for a
Oh.
little bit, though.
Until you finish.
That was its special power.
Yeah, okay.
I can't use it again today, basically.
Alright. And now we are at Nico.
Well, try something with this guy. So we can try to hit him with fairy fire first. Oh, he succeeded. Darn it. Well, always try that first. Back over here. That'll be Nico's turn. Well, Nix.
Next is after Arcadia. Let's do this. Okay. There we go. Arcadia.
Okay, she doesn't know what to do because she's seeing both people getting attacked. And he didn't get this fairy fire, but she sees that Corbin is fighting this. So she decides to shoot at Telepomus. So with her bonus action, she's going to say a little, murmur a little something, and then shoot at him.
He's not a chef. Kill him.
Right, she's going to, well, that was dumb because she's a little not used to using her. She's going to try her sharpshooter.
Did get her sneak attack too, right?
I know she didn't. She's kind of just not cool with it. So she's going to try with the sharpshooter this time. This time she's going to use her sneak attack. And pass my turn. I'm just going to send Nyx up away from Helios, but 60 feet. Nyx is going to go to the east and attack with her pinions.
No. Nice.
And pass my turn.
Vengeance.
Vengeance is gonna hit him with cold breath.
When you have a chance, could you give Nix an extra hit point to go up with my ranger level to 24, please?
Hell no.
Nice. And Vengeance is gonna move around next to Corbin without taking an up attack.
Alright. Let's see here. Helios is going
If
to...
he flies down, I will up attack him.
One, you're prone, and two, he isn't. He's going to look over, and how far? Oops. Yeah, he's going to look over at Arcadian women.
Oh,
Shit. Oh.
Arcadia is not within 30 feet of Corbin, is she?
No, she's like 100 some odd feet away. Alright, let's see here. Alright, cool. And then... let's see. Oh, cool. Bam, 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 bam. Demetrius target. And... Alright, so y'all will have to do a save. If you want to use your inspiration, hit that button. Meow.
Wait, is this for everybody?
Yes.
No,
Is this
not for
something Corbin
Demetrius.
would already get advantage on?
I don't know what it is.
It is a... What do you get advantage on?
Magical attacks?
All it's not an attack.
Well, hold on a minute. Let me see. Yes. I have advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throw.
Then yes, you would get advantage on this already.
So I don't need to use it.
Yeah. But if anyone else wants to. 3, 2, 1, now.
Oh, fuck.
Woo!
Look at mine. 5 and a 4? Jesus.
Woo!
I'm immune.
Yeah, it's not even drop it on you. You are all frightened.
Your hope nobody moves within 10 feet of Demetrius and instantly removes that effect.
And then it will whip Demetrius with the tail. Demetrius.
I will get up.
Right.
And I will cast on myself. Lay on hands. There we go. And then I will run over here.
Okay.
And that should knock Corbin out of frightened because he has my aura now.
Does that go back into effect if he walks out of it,
It
though?
grants him immunity to the frightened condition.
Unless he walks out of it, though.
Yeah, but he is in it. No. Oh, well, I
Wait,
guess. But
well, it
if
would break-
frightful
it would
presence
break-
fades, he becomes immune to it.
I don't think it breaks, right?
But I'm just asking, like the aura only goes into effect since you're by him.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
wouldn't it
so
break the
whilst he's by
fragment?
me, I guess he's not
Yeah.
afraid anymore. But
Right. The only thing I was wondering, I know how frightened works. I was just wondering is if he leaves your aura, that right? Like it's only
I
good
don't know.
because it's in his
Doesn't
aura.
say.
Well, does it go away or is it still there?
It,
Does it remove
it goes away. I was just asking the question of how his aura works. That's all I was wondering.
Oh yeah. Well, all this auras does is makes creatures immune to frightened. Anything else to you?
Okay, that's all I was wondering.
So I don't think it would come back. It would just break it.
Yeah.
And I think also on vengeance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I would move the last of my speed down there. And my turn.
All right. So at the end, let's see here. Nope. Good. Gravik.
So, being frightened, does that mean he has to run away, or is it just like he has a disadvantage on attacks against him?
And you can't move closer.
Okay. So he will. He is going to cast Storm Sphere on right smack in the middle of Helios. So. Succeeds, so I think he takes half damage. Strength saving throw. No. Doesn't take any damage, but the sphere is difficult terrain for him, and Gravik is going to start running. Put some distance.
Run away.
And that'll be his turn for now.
And he will. See, so that's typical terrain. So, just gonna fly over here and down. And Corbin.
All right. Corbin is going to tap the rune on his belt, and he is going to grow mighty. Large Corbin appears. And then I am going to punch
Grapple.
him again.
Wow.
And then for my next attack, I am going to attempt to grapple him.
Never saw that coming.
And as your, oh, sorry.
What's
Go.
that?
I never saw
As
that
you're
one
fighting-
coming.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what
Dan, go.
As you're fighting, Amitris says, make sure to split up or he will breathe on you in vengeance. That was it.
23. 9. Cool. You got him.
Alright. And I am going to drag him like over here. Away from. Oh, yeah. That'll do.
Alright, let's do this.
Wait, isn't he blinded?
No. He has poor depth. He has poor depth perception. Don't worry, it's already on there. Nico.
Nico, come over here.
Nico's about to get eaten by a dragon.
He's gonna jump up onto the table. Oh, shit. Oh god, he's 20 feet in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Summon your Pegasus.
Yeah, I think. Those are, come on. They are ones, I can't see them. Yeah. So Nico's gonna summon 2 giant eagles.
Ooh.
Nice.
That's it. Yeah, they're CR ones. Good. I had to figure out which one they were so I could know how many to summon.
Give me 1 second.
Do you cast conjure animals? That on? Spell slot.
The 2
Just
giant
put
eagles.
2 giant eagles around Helios.
Okay. Dun, dun. Okay. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, and then they're gonna be up his height and command them to attack him on their turn.
And you get the sense that if they do, if they could resist commands, they would be like, "What the fuck, man?"
That's your job.
Okay, yeah.
He is going to continue shooting at the Cyclops. Which goes.
Careful, okay, you have disadvantage.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
And she dropped. Look, she dropped a 20.
And she's going to hit with her sneak attack. And what's she gonna try? With disadvantage. We'll just shoot regular. That was a lucky shot. Last time. And passes her turn to Nyx.
And give me a charisma save. And at the end of your turn, this dragon's going to bite the one of the eagles. Alright, and Nyx.
Okay.
What does Nyx do?
She's attacking the Cyclops. So. She also frightened?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pass my turn.
Actually, I don't think she could ever make that. No, I don't think. She, no, 'cause, yeah, I don't think she could ever make that save.
But can she even be frightened as a construct?
We'll see why not.
Robot frightened.
Vengeance.
Damn. Carbon will yell at Vengeance to stay out of the way for now. So she will fly over and hide behind that pillar at the top there.
Point to it. Oh, over here.
Yeah, right there.
Oh,
Behind that pillar.
So like right there.
Yeah. I assume
Okay.
she can hide. I assume that's something she can hide behind.
Yeah, she's going to fly down a little bit. Yeah.
Alright. That's her turn.
Demetrius will yell, "You don't think we need her?"
I didn't say she should stay over there forever, but her bite isn't very strong. I don't want her to get pummeled by this giant. I don't trust this false chef.
I mean, he deceived us, so...
Oops.
You ate his food. You might not be feeling very good.
Another miss.
Alright. Helis is going to fly and do something, so he'll take 2 ups. Bam. Alright.
Yay, hit.
Damage. Full.
There we go.
I mean, you knew it was coming.
Yeah. Let's see where I can hit the most people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not too bad.
You gonna get his own guy? Not that he might not care, but
Yeah, I think that would hit.
this is why I told Vengeance to get out of the way.
Mhm.
I'm gonna reaction cast absorb elements.
Okay, it's, what is it? I think, yeah, I mean, obviously the words is absorb elements, but... and we'll finish this round and then call it, because it's already 11:30. Let's see. Some... Oh. So what, you get hit by it and then you absorb it, or absorb some of it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You get resistance to the
I
attack.
could gain resistance to it.
it's like half damage, and then he gets some of it back as damage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it acid, cold, fire?
Fire.
Lightning?
Yeah,
Fire?
This is fun.
Fire.
I'm gonna cast.
Yeah, I assume that's why they got me the armor as well.
Take the power of the sun.
Whew.
DC 21, Jesus.
Wow, 58.
Oh shit.
12d10.
Oh, come on, where does... Oh, there it is. And then move this here. Right, and then bam. And that's all it's going to do for now.
That's all.
I mean, it's an adult gold dragon. I mean, come on. Demetrius.
I will move here. Snapping Nico out of his sphere. As a bonus action, I will cast Form of Dread. And then as my action, I am going to take the dash action. Snapping Graphic out of the fear as well. And that's 20, and I move 35, move 20, 25. There, and that ends my turn.
We're just walking over the table or something, or like.
Yeah,
under-
leaping over and leaping
Yeah.
back.
Gotcha.
You know, horse jump.
Double check something here. That's not
Shit, I forgot to do
quite
something.
able to hit him with the bolt of lightning from Storm Sphere, am I?
Nope. 2 squares or 2 corners.
You could hit the other guy.
Yeah, I'll hit use bonus action to try and hit the other guy.
The false chef.
Hit.
Nice. Almost max damage.
And
Yeah, nice.
for Havoc will then again more of a friggin' area of control kind of guy here. I guess he'll try casting Binding Ice on Helios.
What's that do?
Ryan's Binding Ice. It's a cone, a 30-foot cone of ice that, if hits, it reduces their movement to 0. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't hindered by ice. So he'll try and blast a cone of ice up at Helios to try and freeze him.
That could be super effective against a sun guy. Oh, except you
And-
only one.
And
It failed.
and he's going to choose to succeed.
Oh man, that's lame.
So he'll just take half damage then, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I'll roll since.
Roll it, roll it in
Roll
chat.
the-
Roll it in
yeah.
chat and I'll add it to it.
So you can actually click the half button and
Oh
then
yeah, I should have done that. What was that?
So
10, 11 damage?
10.
Okay.
Okay.
Does he take extra damage from cold?
No.
Of course he doesn't. Yeah, let me see. That was a level 2 spell. So knock that off. And he will then try and get underneath the table. Did you want
Keep-
acrobatics, like sliding underneath it?
Keep in mind you are in range of his tail.
I will
Yeah.
not do that.
Optic.
He'll stay there and try and hold his ground, I guess. For the time
you
being.
better take one tail attack now, or he's going to tail attack you the entire game, the entire round. Just go under the table if you know what's good for you.
Yeah, he'll take the chance. Like, probably his. There's no way he's gonna miss. But yeah, go ahead and do a.
He just did 3 tail attacks on me between turns, so you're better off just taking one.
Okay. Yeah.
Hit him with
No,
Jesus
his-
Christ.
His plus 14 is enough to hit me no matter what. And my spell goes down.
Aw.
And he'll try and get over here.
You're standing next to Demetrius? That's foolish.
My aura is pretty good for him.
Yeah, but when his breath weapon recharges, that's going to be ugly. Alright. So, first thing, the false chef takes grappling damage from Corbin as he throws in a few elbows.
The false chef, I like that.
And I will pummel him. Ooh, I missed him. How damaged does he look?
He's bleeding pretty bad.
Pummel him again. And as a bonus action, I'm going to activate my boots. And I'm going to get a little farther away from the dragon. I'm going to... where can I drag him to? gonna drag him this way, but not within like striking distance of Vengeance, just outside of. Yeah, perfect.
And he's going to smack onto you. Damn it. Almost hit a 20.
That would have hurt him worse than it would have hurt me.
Oh, yeah, because you would have done the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Nico.
Okay. See how far this man is. He went over there. Okay, Nico's gonna jump down off the table and run over there to the north.
Alright.
And target Talufumus. Try to hit him with the Stormwood, because he also has fire still on him from that absorb elements.
Yeah.
That's a hit, baby. Oh, it didn't work.
How much fire should it take?
It should have absorbed. Oh, it came off. Oh, what the hell did it come off for?
I don't know. Was it 1d6?
1d6 of fire damage. Yeah, let me just roll it in the chat.
Yeah. Nice.
It's an extra 3 on that.
Got it.
Oh, I wanted to use that before. That's Nico's turn.
Okay, Arcadia's gonna try this. Oh, she's no longer frightened? Did she save?
She did.
Oh, nice. Okay. Then she's gonna do this.
Nice.
Dead.
Corbin
She
shakes
takes-
him a little bit and looks disappointed.
She takes special
damage
aim at
guy.
him and shoots him in the eye.
Damn it! That's so many magic items gone.
She called it.
Well, I
Well,
didn't see anything.
we needed him alive.
Well, probably
we needed his eye intact.
intact.
Oh. Well, he was blind anyway.
The milky eye.
The
Nice
milky
one.
eye. Okay, so she's going to how many times I shot twice, correct? So I have a bonus action left, which she's going to use to. Well, she could just shoot at Helios without.
I only
that.
see one shot in chat.
Oh,
Yeah, it was just the first
Correct.
shot.
oh, great! So she's going to use her bonus action to transfer her Hunter's Mark. God, hope this works. The only reason I got it to do it was because I did it before I think we entered into battle. So we'll see what happens. Yep, it came off of me. God damn it. Ooh, what was that?
It was a milky eye. Like, that's how he was described,
Right,
with
anything
having a
else?
milky eye.
Okay, so I'm going to attack him now with the
There's nothing nasty about
let's
it.
see what this goes at. And pass my turn.
Vengeance.
Damn it. Vengeance is going to just try to hide behind the pillar.
Vengeance has Arcadia targeted, by the way.
That's not me. That's somebody else.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why Gorgio has you targeted, but he does.
Maybe I'm doing it just to mess with her.
Awesome. Finally hitting.
Eagle's gonna bring him down. Almost only have like 3,000 hit points.
That's what they're there for.
All right, let's tap it around. We'll
All right.
we'll call it for now. See what happens next week.
Awesome.
Amicia get his revenge.
I was laughing so hard that entire conversation.
Oh, that was just the best.
Who could it be? Who could have attacked my village?
Yeah, it was me. Cool. All right, we are done for the day. Is it next Sunday yet?
No doubt.
Yeah, give you guys a... Now you understand why I leveled you up.
Oh, I knew. I said,
Oh,
I
yeah,
said
so
it.
do I. It wouldn't be because he liked us. It was because he...
There was never a doubt that death was on its way.
Yep.
Yeah, I figured a level up and find people to handle this. Anyways, yeah, we're done. We will see you next week.
Next week, Corbin the Archer appears.
All right, stream. We're done. Thanks for hanging out. That was fun. Nice little battle. Anyways, we'll see you next probably next Saturday for some what the hell is that word called? New Pandelver game. And then we'll be back here at 8:30 a.m. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.